Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about narcissists and their kids. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So, do narcissists love their kids? The answer is yes and no. So they love their kids because it's their personal created supply. They love them because they have created them, and they have created them for a purpose. So these narcissists reproduce for a purpose, either for financial gain or someone who is going to be there like a toy with whom they can play, someone who's going to be like a pet. And that's how these narcissistic folks are. They really have zero empathy. They have got zero tolerance towards criticism. They have this impulsivity inside of them, and that's absolutely what makes them who they are. And when it comes to their own children, they don't see their children as individual beings, and they really don't have that love towards them. Their love is very instrumental and transactional. Yeah, so the love is based on what they can get out of the child. Yeah, so they had sex, they had children. Now the children is given a list of things that he needs to do in order to be validated by the parent as a good kid. And if the child fails to do things, that label is not given. Instead, other people are also going to gaslight him. Other people are also going to compare him and make him feel miserable, because the narcissistic parents have to maintain a good identity. They want to look very moralistic and perfect parent. They don't want people to question their parenting, so they shift the blame onto the child. Yeah, they don't take the blame, they don't accept the blame. If something goes south, the child has done it, the child has gone wrong, it's not me. But when the child does something good, then it's my child. Yes, it's my child. See, he is so good, he's so great. So they live through their children. They really don't love their child the way how a normal person loves. Yeah, their love is possession, obsession, control, manipulation. This is their version of love. And love is not healthy when we talk about narcissistic parents. So they as it is feel entitled because they are creating something. It's something that is coming out of them. They feel very entitled, and they keep on telling you, they keep you reminded that well, I have brought you in this world, so the controls have to be with me. The controls are going to be with me because I have brought you in this world. You have to think the way how I think. You have to do what I want you to do. You have to see the world the way how I do. Yeah, and you have to be obedient, and then only I'm going to give you the tag of a good girl, good son, good daughter, and all of that. So these narcissistic parents, their love is quite transactional, and they breed with an intention of return, what they're going to get in return. Yeah, I have seen a lot of these narcissistic folks who have a lot of children, and then they say we had so much of children because we wanted help around the house. We have a big house, we wanted help around the house, and also we wanted to grow financially. So the more kids we have, the more people who would be working and bringing in money, and that's how we are going to reach where we want to. So it's almost like those farms where pigs are raised, cattle is raised, cows, buffaloes, all of it is raised for production. They are bred for production. They are bred for a reason. They are not bred in the entire natural course and for nature. They are bred for a purpose. Yeah, they are raised for a purpose. So it's the same thing with these narcissists. They are not creating individual beings. They don't give that autonomy to their children. Their children has to follow what their parents decide. These narcissistic parents decide. So their love is very questionable. You really don't see their love to be unconditional. It's very conditional. If you do this, I'll give you a little bit of cookie. If you'll obey me, I'll give you a little bit of love. If you disobey me, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. That's how these narcissists are. I'm going to make your life hell. I'm going to compare you. I'm going to minimize you. I'm going to torture you. So that's how these narcissistic parents think. So overall, to sum it up, they are possessive about their children, but do they seriously love their children? No, it's obsession and possession. It's not love. They don't let their children go because in the first place they had sex and they have reproduced for a purpose. It's not without a purpose. Yeah. And ideally, in a healthy relationship, of course, two individuals are together, they would have a child that, okay, now let's have a family. From two, let's become three. And let him or her decide what he or she wants to do. We'll support him, to an extent, and then he and she can pursue their career and whatever path they choose. But with these narcissistic folks, everything is decided, everything is like written in book, and they know that, okay, fine, now I'm going to have a child. She needs to dress up this way, she needs to do this way, she needs to feel this way, she needs to think this way. Yeah. And they are going to keep on enforcing that. So these narcissistic folks really don't see their children as an individual being with individual choices, preferences, likes and dislikes. They see them as an extension of them, and they want them to function the way how they do. Yeah, they dismiss their emotions, they dismiss their feelings, and they keep gaslighting their child so that the child is off balance, and the child is forever hooked onto them. The child is forever codependent on them. So that's how damaging these narcissistic parents are. They don't know, or maybe they don't realize that one day they have to leave this planet, and the child might have to stay alone, or maybe with their partner and family. And if they are distorting things for the children so much, if they are abusing and controlling the child so much, the child is really distorted. He or she is not healthy, and they will have trouble in their future life. These narcissistic parents, they don't care. Well, I have bred, I had sex, I have reproduced. It's for my purpose. It's for my use. And whether I need money, whether I need emotional support, whether I need this, whether I need that, their list is endless. And then these narcissistic folks take charge that I will get to decide what you like. You can't like this. That's how these narcissistic folks are, quite controlling. They won't let you like what you truly like. They won't let you feel what you truly feel. You have to go by their dirty, playbook. Yeah, you have to match all the points. So these narcissistic parents are very damaging, and they really don't love their kids. It's more of obsession, possession, feeling entitled, and they really don't know how much damage they cause to their children. Because as a therapist, I come across a lot of these folks who have narcissistic parents, and they feel guilty. There is a lot of shame inside of these kids. Even after their parents are dead, they say that maybe I was not good enough. Throughout life, they grow up feeling as if they are not good enough, low self-esteem, low confidence, low self-worth, and they are just haunted by all those negative talks, and they grow up to be adults who have a very strong inner critic who keeps criticizing themselves. So there is a lot of doubt, self-criticism, negative self-talks that happens with these kids, those who have narcissistic parents. So it's very damaging. These narcissistic parents do anything and everything without understanding what the consequences would be or how things would be for the child when they grow up. They are least bothered. As long as they get their things, what they want out of the kid, that's it. Rest they can dismiss. you are overreacting, you are not thinking the right way, no, that's not how people think, no, that's not how my dad used to think, they are going to minimize it and absolutely dismiss it. So these narcissistic folks really have zero empathy towards their children also. What the children feels or thinks is useless, bad, wrong. What the parent has decided, the child has to play by that set of rules. Now, the grandiose ones are quite expressive. The grandiose narcissistic parents are quite expressive, but the covert narcissistic parents are very, I would say, they are very hidden. They are smart, they are intelligent, but they are very concealed and hidden. They are going to abuse you and manipulate you, but they are going to bring out the victim card. I'm your mother, I've suffered a lot. And now if you don't understand what I'm saying, there is something bad waiting for you. I can't help you. You had been a difficult kid. Have you ever thought how much I have suffered because of you? So, their approach, their response is very different. A grandiose narcissistic parent's response is very different compared to that of a covert narcissistic parent. So they both react and behave in different ways. They both want to control. They both feel entitled. They both are abusive. And they both have zero empathy. And just that the way how they express and behave, it's a little different, because this one has to maintain that victim image, the covert ones, and the grandiose ones know it all, they are perfect, they are smart, and they know more than you. That's how things are. So this one poses as grandiose, powerful, smart, intelligent, knows it all. The other one, the covert one, poses as victim, has suffered a lot, has endured a lot and gone through a lot, and that's it. So they both are into manipulation and abuse, but their approaches are different. They make horrible parents. Fine, they do give birth, they do feed, and in our society it is said that the hand that feeds you should not be bitten. But what about those hands that slap you on a daily basis? What about those parents who keep abusing their children even when they grow up to be dysfunctional adults? Yeah. So things are very sad when we talk about these narcissistic parents. I had a narcissistic parent, and it was quite painful. It's almost like you are talking to a wall. They just don't understand, or maybe you would feel as if they don't have that chip inside of them, that empathy chip. They just don't understand. They're like, what are you talking? You are, I think, overly sensitive. You don't have to feel that way. That's it. Yes, so this is how toxic, manipulative, and abusive these narcissists are as parent, and they are least interested in creating a better and healthy generation. All what they are interested in is creating more source of supply. That's it. And that's what their children are. Their spouses are also a source of supply, and now they will have children, which will be the other sources of supply for them. And narcissists are very self-absorbed. They are very selfish. On the outside, they may try to pretend as if they are very good parent. They're taking care of food, shelter, clothing, education. But on the inside, when we talk about the emotional support, emotional well-being, those things are absolutely missing. You might have a house, you might have good clothes, you might have good food to eat, but it's almost a kind of a situation where you are a stranger. Your father really doesn't know who you truly are or how you feel on the inside. Your mother truly doesn't know or understand you, who you are. They can't accept you being yourself. That is also a problem. A healthy parent would be like, okay, fine, whatever, it's kids' life, let them choose and decide for themselves. But that's not how things are for these narcissistic parents. So they are quite damaging, and kids suffer. Trust me, I have worked with a lot of cases. It takes a lot of time to help them navigate and come out of that trauma. It's very damaging. So yes, this was all about narcissists and kids. And in case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. And please don't ignore the red flags, and please stay away from narcissists. Bye.